And this is the thing about Gauff is, I mean, if she can hold her serve at an average clip, her return and her ability to break is so good. It's just like, I mean, you know, I think that she might be the best returner, or have the best return game on the tour.
Yeah, she's up there for sure.
Coco Gauff is on an incredible run right now, and the tennis world can't stop buzzing about what she's doing on the court. This isn't just about racking up wins. What we're seeing is a real technical shift in her game, one that has analysts, former champions, and even current rivals genuinely amazed. The data has been reviewed, the numbers have been studied closely, and the verdict is clear. Coco Gauff now owns the best return of serve performance on the entire WTA Tour. Yes, that means she has officially moved ahead of Aryna Sabalenka, the current world #1. To understand how big this is, let's rewind for a moment. Coco Gauff has always had a reputation as a fighter. She's known for her grit, her refusal to quit on any point, and her ability to grind out matches. But what we're seeing now, especially at the Australian Open and throughout the early part of this season, is something different. It's sharper, it's smarter, and it could completely change the balance of power in women's tennis. Watching Coco return serve right now is something special. Her reactions are lightning fast. The instant the ball leaves her opponent's racket, she's already moving. She's reading the serve, adjusting her position, and preparing her response almost immediately. This isn't just about blocking the ball back into play anymore. Coco is now taking control of rallies from the very first shot she hits. This is where the excitement really builds. After detailed statistical reviews and deep technical analysis, experts across the tennis world have reached the same conclusion. Coco Gauff currently has the highest return point conversion rate in professional women's tennis. This isn't hype or guesswork, it's backed by solid data. From a technical standpoint, she's outperforming everyone in the areas that truly matter: footwork, anticipation, split-step timing, and her ability to absorb and redirect pace. Everything is clicking, and it's happening at the perfect stage of her career. When you track her progress month by month and tournament by tournament, the direction is impossible to ignore. Coco Gauff is moving steadily toward becoming the next world #1. For Aryna Sabalenka, this has to be unsettling. Her reign at the top, built on power and dominance, may now be facing its toughest test. According to the same experts who closely follow the game, Coco Gauff in 2025 is even stronger than she was before, and she was already outstanding. Some people might be wondering if this praise is going too far. Is this just media excitement? Are analysts getting carried away before the final achievements arrive? But here's the reality. The numbers speak for themselves, and they are stunning. Coco Gauff currently holds a return point win rate of 71%. Let that sink in. 71%. That means when Coco is returning serve, she's winning more than 7 out of every 10 points. That isn't just impressive, that's elite by historical standards. And here's where the storyline becomes even more compelling. Aryna Sabalenka, the reigning world #1 and the most dominant player of the past year, is sitting at 69%. That's still an excellent figure, but Coco has moved ahead. She's taken the lead. For a long time, Sabalenka was the benchmark in this category. She set the standard everyone else chased. But at this Australian Open, the dynamic
under the weight
shifted.
of traffic,
Coco Gauff
physical
didn't just
stores
close
became
the gap.
completely
She
overrun
passed
with
her rival
customers
in one of the
eager
most
to get their
important
hands on
areas of modern
anything
tennis.
associated with
She's done
Coco.
all of this while
The sales
showing
figures,
remarkable mental
they
strength.
skyrocketed
Coco
to $30 million
advanced to the
in
fourth round
just
of this
72
year's Australian
hours.
Open after
This
fighting
marketing
back from a
approach has
tough
sent
position where she
shockwaves
lost
rippling through the
opening set.
entire corporate
Many players
landscape.
would have struggled in that
Nike
moment.
finds themselves
Doubt
in a
would have
position
crept
where
in.
they simply cannot
Confidence might have
respond
dropped,
effectively.
but Coco
They
stayed
lack any
composed,
athlete with
raised her level,
comparable
and
influence to
proved that these
Coco.
statistics
And New
reflect her
Balance
true
continues to
quality.
dominate.
I say she's an octopus, you know, she doesn't, it gets every ball, she's always there, she doesn't give up. Big serve, you know, sometimes it's a bit annoying when someone is serving well. She can go anywhere to get any ball.
Analysts who study tennis at the highest level are now talking about Coco's style with genuine awe. They're amazed by how much her game has evolved and by the tactical intelligence she brings to every match. One of the most interesting observations to come from these breakdowns focuses on how Coco controls space on the court. According to professional analysts, Coco Gauff makes her side of the court feel extremely small for her opponents. What does that actually mean? Through smart positioning, efficient movement, and exceptional court coverage, she removes angles before her opponent can even use them. It often feels like there's nowhere safe to hit the ball. She's always in position, always balanced, and always ready to counter. At the same time, while shrinking her own defensive space, she stretches the opponent's side of the court. As rallies extend, opponents become frustrated. They start taking chances. They aim closer to the lines. They try to force winners. And that's when the errors come. And Coco is always ready to take advantage. The most concerning part for the rest of the tour is that this part of her game keeps improving. It hasn't leveled off. She's still adding layers, still refining her approach, and still getting better with each match. The analysts who watch her closely agree on one thing. Coco Gauff is getting close to that rare level reached by only a few players in history. And it's not just analysts noticing this.
Other players on tour are speaking up as well, and some of their descriptions are spot on. Just days ago, Ons Jabeur, one of the most creative and thoughtful players in women's tennis, made a comment about Coco that spread quickly online. Jabeur compared Coco Gauff to an octopus. Yes, an octopus. Jabeur explained that Coco doesn't let any ball go easily. It feels like she has 8 arms on the court, reaching into every corner, defending every shot, and covering every possible angle. Opponents are forced to earn every single point. It's a perfect description of Coco's defensive presence. She's not just fast, though she is incredibly quick. She's not just reading the game well, though her awareness is exceptional. She's everywhere. Just when an opponent thinks they've hit a winner or found open space, Coco somehow gets there and sends the ball back with authority. Playing against someone like that is mentally draining. You can hit strong shots and still lose points. You can follow your game plan perfectly and still struggle, because Coco makes you hit one extra ball, then another, until something finally breaks.
She already won,
Mhm.
I think, two Grand Slams now, and a lot of 1000s, and she's been playing good. She's been at the great level with the same technique.
Jabeur's comments didn't stop with Coco. She also spoke about Aryna Sabalenka and highlighted something important that could shape the rivalry between these two stars. Based on her experience, Jabeur believes Sabalenka can be unsettled, not by power, since Sabalenka herself is one of the biggest hitters on tour, but by movement, consistency, and being forced to chase shot after shot. Jabeur explained that Sabalenka can be pressured when she's made to run constantly. And here's the psychological detail that really stands out. Sabalenka gets frustrated easily. We've all seen it. When matches don't go her way, her emotions are visible. There are moments of anger, racket smashes, and clear signs of irritation. That emotional fire is part of what makes Sabalenka so exciting to watch. She plays with intensity and passion. But as Jabeur points out, that emotional edge can also be a weakness. A smart, patient, and disciplined opponent can use it against her. And according to Jabeur, Coco Gauff does this better than anyone right now. So where does all of this leave us? We may be watching the rise of one of the most compelling rivalries in women's tennis. On one side stands Aryna Sabalenka, the powerful, emotional, reigning world #1. On the other is Coco Gauff, the athletic, tactically sharp, mentally tough challenger who is improving at a remarkable pace. The numbers confirm that Coco now has the strongest return game in women's tennis. Analysts say her technical level is climbing fast. Fellow players say she's almost impossible to hit through, and anyone watching can see it for themselves. Coco Gauff is no longer just a promising talent. She's no longer a future star. She has arrived. She's competing with the very best and exceeding expectations in ways that suggest she may be ready to take that final step to the top. For Sabalenka, the questions are clear. Can she hold on to the #1 spot against a player built to challenge her style? Can she control her emotions in the biggest moments? Can she find a way through Coco's relentless defense? These are the questions that will shape the next chapter of women's tennis. And based on what we're seeing right now, from the statistics to the expert insight, one thing is undeniable. We're in for a thrilling ride. What do you think? Is Coco ready to become world #1? Can Sabalenka hold her off? Share your predictions in the comments. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this breakdown and subscribe for more tennis content. See you in the next video.